Good day and welcome back to another DB Legends video. In this video we're going to take a look at the Red Janemba and his Zenkai awakening that has come to DB Legends. Now Red Janemba or Red Super Janemba obviously receiving his Zenkai as a part of the Saga from the Movies campaign. Pretty interesting, I think. I actually think this Zenkai looks nice, and I could be wrong, probably am. But I think the Zenkai actually looks pretty solid because Janemba had some pretty interesting things about his kit. So let's kind of get into it. So his special move has changed. He now applies the attribute upgrade plus 40% to enemy sustained CET effects, which is pretty good. Consistent with the heavy bleed. Nothing too wild in terms of changes there. His main ability has been adjusted. He now restores health by 20% and ki on top of a now 40% buff instead of a 35% buff, all of which is pretty good. He now also reduces cost for blast and strike cards. His special skill has not really changed, and it's understandable because the special skill was something that was really good. What they have added in is basically a 20 ki modifier, and they removed the enemy restriction. So now it will just destroy all of your enemies' cards regardless of what category they're on. Before, it used to be they had to be episode Saga from the movies, and that's a pretty big deal. It makes him usable in a lot more situations. His Zenkai ability is Saga from the movies and red. I think that's a good decision. I think he covers quite a few interesting options there. In terms of his unique abilities, these have seen obviously quite a bit of a substantial change. So essentially whenever he uses a strike arts card now, he's had quite a big change. He randomly draws one new card, as well as also obviously restoring his own ki. Then he's had quite a large change here again. Basically he's got the traditional buffs against the Saga from the movies, but now instead he's got quite a bit of more buffs when they use a special move against him. So drawing a special arts card, he now also has plus 20% to damage inflicted, ki recovery, just a lot more mechanisms added in there. And we have two new passives, of course. We have Dominant Terror, which basically gives him a flat 50% damage reduction boost, which is pretty good, and 90% to damage inflicted, both very much needed to bring him up to speed. I think in total now that gives him 70% against Saga from the movies, which is pretty good. He restores his own health by 8%, increases his own card arch draw speed, and inflicts all enemies with 3 substitution counts as well. Phantasmagoric Power. The following effects occur when he performs a vanishing step. His increased art card draw speed, he reduces the enemy's ki. This gives him his disruption mechanic. And basically, when they perform a vanishing step, he gets some kind of tempo control. So drawing a card, inflicting the enemy with a debuff, and hitting them with an attribute downgrade debuff. Obviously, the usual places apply when we talk about obtaining Zenkai Awakening power. You have the Zenkai Awakening missions, which give you 4,000. The Battle Gauntlet, or the Zenkai Rush Battle now, which gives you 3,000. Alternatively, if you want to, you can summon for his Zenkai Awakening power, or you can buy a booster pack. That's essentially it. Otherwise, after the event period, you are able to exchange at the Ultra Space Time Zenkai Rush store for his power. I think overall, factoring in all of his changes, I think he looks pretty good. They have removed quite a few restrictions. He's not that heavily tied to facing a Saga from the movies character now. And I think overall he has quite a bit of decent levels of performance now. He can really disrupt the opponent if you can get a special skill off. I think he's got some good countermeasures to being disrupted. And I think he can be a nice little tempo interrupter against the opposition if used correctly. So it's definitely quite interesting. Is he worth the special booster pack? I don't agree. I never think you should go in on these special booster packs. I just think it's better to save. Of course, that's entirely up to you. But yeah, I do think there is some natural limitations when we talk about his abilities. Yeah, he's still a sparking unit. He's not going to control the game. He's just going to be a very good interrupter to your opposition's flow. He is, though, however, a big buff for this cooler. And of course, there's quite a few Zenkai boosts now, so you can kind of rock a triple or quadruple Zenkai boost for the red movie heroes. And you've got Pan, who's still pretty good on there. So I would say it's definitely pretty interesting. You could do like a Beast Gohan, Super Janemba, Final Form Cooler, or a Final Form Cooler, Beast Gohan into Pan with a boost, Zenkai boost. Could be very interesting. Definitely a very interesting couple team builds you can go with. Is he more than bench fodder? I don't know. It is always difficult to say with these Zenkai Awakenings, but for now, he looks interesting. I think his green card, ultimately at the end of the day, is what could give him some relevancy, as it could really be quite impactful.